Yeah.
Yeah, they got it bumping.
Why about a lie when the truth is free? Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting heart desires, faith that anything is possible, probable. With God, I'm unstoppable. Can't deny denial. Life flowing through, living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics. Pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic. Design, planned in fashion.
All praises to the Most High. Wake up, then I'ma pray. Thanking the Lord for all of my blessings. Fighting this flesh, put it to rest. I'm riding Nike cause I need a check. When you live in the truth, it really get hard. But I will not fold, I'm a soldier for God. I gotta be lit. Like a banana, them demons gon' split. Wake up, then I'ma pray. Thanking the Lord for all of my blessings. Fighting this flesh.
Gado Yeshayahu. Hallelujah. Total Rabbi Yeshua. Great salvation. All praises, all honor, all glory to the Most High. Yah. Thank you so much for the light. Peace and blessings, my people. Peace and blessings. What it do, family? What it do? Shalom, shalom, family. King Martin, Sonny Yah in the building. What's the word, man? Y'all already know, family. On the side of YouTube, we create content to inspire, to encourage, and to motivate the next to be great. As you guys can see by the title of this video, social conditioning agenda. Oh yeah, we on part 3. Changing morals, values, and ethics. Let's talk about it. Let's have this discussion. Because when we talk about social conditioning and the agenda that's pretty much being portrayed right in front of us, we got to identify what's changing. What's the agenda? So I've just been breaking down this conversation in the part. And today, part 3, we're going to be discussing what morals, values, and ethics are. Y'all already know, family. when y'all come over here on Divinely Artist channel, man, we got to make sure that we had the vibes correlate with the message, man. And we got to make sure that we hit home. And hey, we got to make sure that we enjoy ourselves as well as we over here getting some much needed conscious conversation in. So, family, what I love to do before we even get to the conversation at hand, start off with some vibes, start off with some tunes, you know, warm my vocal cords up, get my spirit involved with this message at hand. So bear with me, family. Go ahead and get y'all water. Go ahead and get y'all note, y'all pen, y'all paper. We about to be breaking it down today. Changing morals, values, and ethics. The part 3 of social conditioning agenda. But before we even go ahead and do that, family, I got some vibes I want to play with y'all. Man, I think I'm gonna be bumping this track for the rest of the week. It's a hit. Shout out to my brother King Connect. Shout out to my brother New Breed to the World over, man. They dropped this track the other day, and it's just, whew, man. When I tell you, inspiration beyond. Let me go ahead and just play the track, man. Give me 1 second. Load that up in our queue. All right, family. Let's get it. King Connect featuring New Breed to the World over. Living for God. Let's go. Yeah.
I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm trying to live my life sin free. I said I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm trying to live my life sin free. Yeah, I'm trying to be the man to be a man with faith, not an NPC. Life ain't about clothes to change, it's about being free from the mentality that the enemy wants you stuck in, sinful and suffering. Life without Christ is nothing, I couldn't function. Being a fake or phony, I can't be fronting. Living my life with the need of biblical instruction. That's why I heed the wisdom in the book. Studying the word of God, got the demon shook. I'm the light of the world, bright, how my future look. The God of Israel, inspire my verses and my hooks. Christ is my head, his slice is what it took. I'm rejoicing in his word like gold is what it struck. Unappreciated, all my life been overlooked. But I live for my God and my soul he ain't forsook. That's facts. I was 16, watching New Breed, was zero to the max. So now please God and succeed me, this battle axe. I'm not like other cats, I be bold as a lion. They try to tell me relax, but I can't. It's my faith, it's not faint. Trying to truly be a saint. Know my soul, they won't taint. In my flesh, I restrain. That's the mission. Be in the spirit, the truth and correlation. You can tell where this talent come from if you listen. I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm trying to live life sin free. I say I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm trying to live life sin free.
I'm sliding, steady shining, and keep climbing. Our music is sort of hybrid. It's nothing like this. Priceless jewels that's given to the righteous. No deflection, you can't hide this. Hey, our reflection is its likeness. It's pure gold. Now welcome to the light show. The game of life, I'm playing ISO. No novice, I'm in size mode. Speaking truth in different time zones. Keep it moving when they choose to keep their eyes closed. People turn hostile when you really speak the gospel. The world on our shoulders, still we walking upright. Grace can end with your life all in one night. So I'm grateful every day the sun shines bright. Praise to the Most High through His Son Christ. The truth is here. I think it's time to seal the deal. It seems I found my Achilles heel. My climbing up the steepest hills, chasing a dream that's real. See, I frequent these scriptures, see visions like a movie reel. Yeah, they know the drill. I'm a fighter in this faith of Vander Holyfield. Lend me your ear and start to renew your mind. A seed planted, every rhyme, keep it fertilized. We connected with the king in these urgent times. So many liars want to blur the lines, but we living for our God.
Living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm trying to live my life sin free. I said I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm living my life for my God. I'm trying to live my life sin free. Yeah, God is why I live my life. Yeah, God is why I live my life. Yeah, God is why I live my life.
Yeah, God is why I live my life. You feel me? Hey, that track right there. Shout out to my brothers, man. King Connect. Shout out to brother New Breed. That track powerful right there. And family, as always, the vibe's gonna go hand in hand with the message. And when we're talking about changing morals, values, and ethics, we talk about what are you living for? Who are you living for? And as you was able to hear the lyrics in those songs, man, we already know who the Most High choose in this world, and we already know who they are by how they speak, what they create, their fruits. So when we talk about morals, ethics, and values, we're talking about the fruits of the spirit. So honestly, do you see that changing in our society? Is there a social conditioning that happens to play a part in our ethics and our morals and our values? Hmm. Question. How many people believe that their ethics, morals, and values are based upon the society? But I mean, I got one more. I want to vibe with y'all that I just wanna, cause family, hey, I just wanna. So let's do it one more vibe, and then we're gonna get into the message. No? Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay.
It's just different. Divinely searching and seeking. I'm a man on a mission. Creating and praising, thanking y'all for the intuition. My purpose to lead a nation through prayer and supplication. Inspiring occupation, ministering inquisition. I just want to live right. I just want to be free. I just want to feel love. I just want to live right. I just want to be free. I just want to feel love. I just want to live right. I just want to be free. I just want to feel love. I just want to live right. I just want to be free. I just want to feel love. I just want to. It's just different. When we speak up for what we believe, they call us misfit. They say that communication is key, but they don't listen. The propaganda negating the fact that slander, a deceiving extravaganza. Now can I be real with you in this stanza? When questioning life, where is all the answers? When friends turn to foes, and yes turn to no's, let the story unfold. Only I know. I just wanna live right. I just wanna be free. I just wanna feel love. I just wanna live right. I just wanna be free. I just wanna feel love. I just wanna live right. I just wanna be free. I just wanna feel love. I just wanna live right. I just wanna be free. I just wanna feel love. It's just different. Walking up the straight and narrow, evading the devil's arrows, like Moses escaping Pharaoh, meditating in the meadows. I hit an echo. I feel safe in this shirt. Conversations from a get-go. It was planned from the get-go. Grace and mercy won't let go. Can't X me out, tic-tac-toe. Switching it up with the flow. And miraculously, and anonymously appeared in front of me. Astonishing, annotated illustration. Articulate what I see. When I open up my eyes and I see the sunrise, it just make me realize y'all been grinding for me. I send my praises to the sky, lift my hands up high. Hallelujah, glory to Yah. 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 It's just different.
Listen, I keep it simple. You're so that they try to swindle. Don't let them get to your mental. Conscious and consequential. Considering the potential. Believing is inessential. Manifest to evidential. Faith is the substance what we hope for. Evidence of the unseen. Enlighten me of what it means. Spiritually, our vision and exposition from wishing. No following world traditions. Too many are contradictions. Petition for prohibition. I just wanna live right. I just wanna be free. I just wanna feel love. I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna. This is different, so divine, keep in mind, stay aligned, don't confine, be the light that will shine over time, be the sight for the blind, be the voice for the mind, having it to always hit, persevere with faith, no fear, your dreams appear. Reality is what you make it, keep striving, don't let them take it. We building up a great nation, cementing the true foundation, the reason behind creation. God's will be done, revelations, I'm seeking the great salvation. I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right. I just wanna be free. I just wanna feel love. I just wanna, you know? Hey, y'all see why I like the vibe before the stream, man, before the conversation. Just know that the message, it brings it more into full detail, especially when you can have fun and be joyous. You know, when, of course, you live out here in this world where you really hear a lot of music where it's talking about living right. You hear a lot of music where it's talking about, hey, I trust the Most High. You hear a lot of music. You hear a lot of people saying that they are living for the Most High, that they are living for God. I mean, like I told y'all, man, the tune's gonna go hand in hand with the message. And as we over here talking about social conditioning and the agenda, changing morals, values, and ethics. Let's get to it, family. If y'all haven't already, go ahead and hit that like, man. Go ahead and hit that share button. If you're new to the channel, if you're just not watching this on playback, man, I appreciate you. I love you. If you haven't yet, subscribe. Man, we got some more content coming soon. So this is just, hey, part 3. Bet it up, bet it up. If everything coming through loud and clear, put some ones in the chat, put some fire emojis, put some prayer hands in the chat. If y'all can see me, you guys can hear me. The music is not over blaring my words, man. You know, I'm still, let's see here. Let's get it like this. Mic check, mic check. How you guys think about that? This sounds pretty good. I be liking having the music in the background, man, because I be, you know, I'm in my own room, in my place, in my studio, but I still be getting a lot of side noises from the little kiddos running around. So, hey, bear with me, family. Bear with me. All right, cool. God changes one by one. Said he can hear me cool. Bet, bet. All right, man. Let's go ahead. Let's start it off. I believe there is a poll in the chat. If someone can confirm or if someone can see if there's a poll in the chat, I definitely want to see people's responses to that. 1 second. If not, I will put a poll in the chat. So just let me know. If you don't see it, it's okay. I'll just put one in the chat. Let's see here. So it says my poll was completed. Hold on. I'm about to start it over again, family. Start poll. Does society decide morals, ethics, and values? Yes or no? All right, family. I'm starting a poll in the chat. If you all could pretty much just click yes or no. My question to you: does society decide morals, ethics, and values? Go. And I'll go ahead and look at that probably midway through the stream just to see what we all pretty much on the vote with. But let's go ahead and get into our conversation at hand, family. And what I love to do over here, I love to keep the conversation as engaging as possible. So throughout the stream, I definitely will be asking questions to see, if I'm talking to people who have some type of conscious dialect that we can expand on this conversation with. So first and foremost, family, what are morals? Can anybody elaborate to me of what morals are? Because when we talk about this aspect of the conditioning of the way we communicate with one another, we got to talk about what it is that we have as a base of morals. What are morals? And so, family, after my extensive research, I was able to figure out what morals are. Let me go ahead and bring this up so you guys can see as well, so that we can be on the same page as we're communicating here. Morals. What are morals? A person's standards of behaviors or beliefs concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do. Morals, a lesson, especially one concerning what is right or prudent, that can be derived from a story, a piece of information, or an experience. So when we talk about morals, when we talk about an experience that you have, that you are able to share some information of about saying, hey, is this right or wrong? When we talk about morals, we're elaborating on someone's behavior or their beliefs of what is acceptable and what is not. God Changes One by One said morals is having righteous principles. Okay. So morals pretty much is someone who is righteous, who behaves righteously. I can get with you on that. Some synonyms for morals are lessons, the message, a meaning, a significance, principles, standards, rules of conducts, morality, ideals. So as you are able to hear those synonyms, I ask this question again. What are morals? And my follow-up question to that, do you believe that morals are changing? Do you believe that the way that people behave or what people believe is right or acceptable is changing? And everybody has their own opinion. I mean, I could look out in the world and say I see a lot of behavior that has definitely been conditioned based off of social media. I mean, when you look at these so-called social media influencers, they have a tendency to change people's morals, change people's behaviors. They have a tendency to change how people conduct themselves. So, what do you see? Someone with a phone, morals have changed, behaviors have changed from 40 years ago. You think about with someone with a phone back in the day, how would they behave? I mean, of course, they couldn't really do all we can do with the phone. All they can do is call someone. So to say that the standards of how we even use certain technology now has changed our morals or our behavior or changed what we believe is acceptable. I mean, as you look outside today, if you seen someone 50 years ago just dancing, you'd be like, what's going on? What's happening? Why are you just dancing? But you see people just dancing around in the street today. It's like, oh, they're making a TikTok. Oh, they're making an Instagram video. Oh, they're doing some trendy dance. Someone who has morality is a person who stands on their beliefs, principles, standards, and boundaries. Facts. Facts. I appreciate you guys changes one by one, man. Hey, you keeping me engaged over here. And so I really wanted to break that word moral down because I wanted us to have this insight of how we're looking at this conversation and to say, is there an agenda going to try to change the way that we behave? Is there an agenda going on to try to change the way that we communicate towards one another and what's acceptable versus what isn't? And so now let's continue. As we define what morals is, let's also talk about values. Can anyone tell me what values are? Can anyone elaborate on the idea of having values? Because all of this is going to go hand in hand with how we condition ourselves socially within this society and the family. I'll bring it out as we dig a little deeper in this conversation, but I see an agenda, and it's not so much hidden anymore. But at the same time, it's like, who's going to speak up? Who's going to say, hey, if this is something that's right and acceptable, why can't we talk about it then? Why can't we have a conversation if it's right and acceptable? And then for this to take place, a conversation for us to even get to the idea of knowing how this will transpire in the future. You got to know who you're operating with. Test the spirit. So appreciate you guys changes one by one coming through again. I asked the chat what our values. The brother responded, said something someone holds dear and cherishes. What's one of your values? Can someone elaborate on something that they hold close to them, that they cherish? So let's go ahead and bring up that definition so you know we all on the same page of what values are, family. Here we go. Values are something that is regarded to be held to deserve the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. Or it can also be defined as a person's principles or standards or of behavior, one's judgment of what is important in life. So, hmm, what's important to you in your life is your values. Check it out. Do you see values changing? Is there an agenda on changing what is important to you in your life? Hmm. Hey, big facts, big facts. My child, my family, those are all the things that I value. my Bible, my prayer, facts. Those are all the things that I value too. 100. So when we're talking about the word value, let's look at some synonyms: worth, usefulness, utility, practicality. You got some of these repeats as ethics, morals, rules of conduct, standards of behavior. So, family, when you talk about this agenda that has us socially conditioned, what are the morals? What is the behavior that people are going to be exhibiting? What are people going to value? What are people going to find important? What do people label important? What do people feel as though, what does society label as important in this day and age? What does society value? Hmm. Time. Ooh, that's another great thing to value. Time now. Tomorrow is not promised. It's precious. Facts. So when we are able to break down these concepts and we are able to elaborate on them and really look out into our world and say, huh, is the behavior that the majority of the people exhibit, is it right? Is what majority of people find important and value, is it truthfully useful? And let's hit on our last concept, which is ethics. Does anyone know what ethics mean? Talking about they value status, influence, and branding. Sheesh. Sounds like they value idols. Because at the end of the day, what is status when, hey, y'all see what's going on in the world? 4 years ago, you can have all the status that you wanted. But as we seen, morals were changing. What people found important was changing. Because hey, if you weren't walking around with the juice inside you, we seen how people changed up their morals and values. Respect, facts. That's something that you could value as well. So let's expand on our last bullet point here, which is ethics. So ethics is moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. Another definition is the branch of knowledge that deals with moral principles. So ethics is pretty much, as you guys can see here by some of the synonyms, again, we're kind of pretty much crossing paths. Your ideals, your morals, your rules of conducts. Once again, we seeing that word standards again. Your behavior. So when we talk about ethics, we're talking about the information, the knowledge that pretty much governs someone to behave a certain way. And in all honesty, family, do you believe that this world, that this society, and let me even narrow it down a little bit more. Do you believe that, for my brothers and sisters who may be watching this in the United States of America, do you believe that the majority of people have a standard of morals, values, and ethics? Do you believe that the standard of people actually behave themselves in a construct of having a sense of knowing what is right and what is wrong? They pretty much have an importance of usefulness things in their life, and they have a rule book that governs these things. Is the United States of America, do they have morals, values, and ethics? And for a place that you see that as has a government, you would think they would, right? You would think there would be standards. You would think there would be something unwavering that pretty much promotes the foundation to stay strong. But in this world, hey, the contradictions are real. But let's get into it, family. I want to bring in some sources. I have a source video that I kind of wanted to react to and be able to get a little bit more information on. So bear with me as I bring this up so we can view this video. And it's just going to help us out expanding on these topics of what morality, ethics, and values are, and how we can pretty much identify those and understand where we are at, have a comprehension of how we want to conduct ourselves versus other people, versus the agenda. And yeah, it is an agenda. Once you have a marketing campaign, and once you have people that support, and once you have people that pretty much advertise this way of life, that's an agenda. So I just want to be able to share my opinion on that, family. But let's keep on building. Here's a video I found just searching around on some information about ethics, morals, and values, and came across this. What is the difference between ethics, morality, and the law? Fair use. I will be using this video content as a form of reactionary video. I'll be sharing my commentary, and hopefully it will be transformative in nature to be able to edify and grow and shed some light in this world. So let's get it. All right, family. If you all can give me 1 second. Here we go.
The world around us is a smorgasbord of beliefs, claims, rules, and norms about how we should live and behave. It's important to tease apart these factors so we can put them in their proper place.
So when I'm talking about the social condition and agenda, it's pretty much me saying there's a group of people who are trying to control how we should live and how we should behave based off of what? I don't know. What I do know is it is not based off the Bible. So right then and there there comes my disagreement with what's going on with the changing of morals, values, and ethics.
Otherwise, it can be hard to know what to do, especially when some of these requirements contradict others. Let's talk about 3 different categories of demands on how we should live: ethics, morality, and law.
So as he was elaborating, when we talk about how we should live, when we talk about pretty much the scope and the realm of us actually fulfilling our purpose in this life, how are we going to behave? And who controls the standard of behaviors? I do have the poll still up and running. Let me check that right quick to see if we got some responses up there, because I just really want you guys to be aware. Does society decide morals, ethics, and values? I see we have a mixed vote here with 50-50. One person says yes, another person says no. If you can elaborate in the chat for the person who said no, hey, I would love to hear your feedback. And also for the person who said yes. So now we're going to get into the conversation of okay, if society has rule and control over how you behave and how you speak, what are the standards? What is the foundation of that? What is the code of conduct?
Laws are formal rules that govern how we behave
So
as
he's talking
members
about
of.
laws. I mean, if you would have replaced that with values, I would have really want to get into that. But let's see where he's talking about morality. Let's go here.
Morality refers to an informal framework of values, principles, beliefs, customs, and ways of living.
So morality actually contains the aspect of values. So when we talk about behaviors, then we're going to talk about what someone believes is important. So check it out. Does society, again, do they control your morals, values, and ethics? Do they control what you believe is important? Do they control how you behave?
Moralities aren't usually enforced by the state, but there are often social pressures to conform to moral norms. Some people
And given that this is a government, and to say that the government cannot make morality claims for people to follow after, right? Which is kind of like a contradiction because the government is supposed to tell us what is right and what is wrong. Isn't that the whole foundation of the government of saying, hey, we made laws to figure out what is right and what is wrong out here in the world to do. And if you follow these laws, you'll be safe. And if you behave in accordance to these laws, you'll be a good person.
people consider themselves to be so strongly bound by certain moral codes that even to question the moral system would be wrong. Some examples of moralities include Christianity, Stoicism, and Buddhism. Each of these provides a set of answers to basic ethical questions like how should I live and what should I do?
And when we get back to this so-called agenda, can you guys say that they're pretty much changing up how we should live and what we should do? Let's talk about 4 years ago, family. And to say that the effects are still pretty much full in effect, as you have certain people, pretty much you can't speak. You can't literally bring out your own experience. You can't share what you value as important because of the so-called misinformation brigade. Man, God changes one by one. I said no because I grew up and was taught don't be a follower and be a leader. So yeah, the highs and ups controls laws, medias, etc. But at the end of the day, but at the end of the up, is that what you meant to say? But at the end of the day, it's up to you, it's up to society. My bad, bro. I'm trying to read that and it's all over the place. But I hear what you're saying though. Facts. So honestly, family, and that was kind of the conversation that I wanted to have. Are you going to make the mass majority of people, and let's be real, for the people who just follow after everything that the government or that media says, is it right?
Many people inherit their morality from their family, community, or culture. It's rare for someone to shop around for the morality that most closely fits their personal beliefs. Usually, the process of moral formation is unconscious. What sets morality apart from ethics is that you can apply a morality as a matter of habit without having to think. You can simply obey or follow instructions from those who claim moral authority within a particular tradition.
Mm. Who are you obeying? Who are you following after? And when we bring these concepts into morality, as the man was able to elaborate here, morality pretty much tends to be in that scope of religion. You have people, when you talk about morality, you it's more on a spiritual side. Okay, what is right and what is wrong to do? How am I supposed to conduct myself in this situation? In many cases, those answers are taboo because, I mean, is it right or wrong to, cause harm to someone? But then again, you have a sense in a case where, hey, this person was trying to hurt your family. And so, morality wise, what is right and what is wrong, it varies case by case. But, you know, let's talk about blatant what is right and what is wrong. How many people can sit down and have that conversation?
And for some people, this is enough. Maybe a world of habitually virtuous individuals is better than one where people are habitually vicious. Plus, having a coherent, consistent account of how to live can be a source of comfort, especially in a complex and uncertain world.
Man, and let me hit this one even home even more. When you have a society that is being tossed and fro, changing morals, changing values, changing ethics every 5 years, changing behaviors, changing what is important, changing the rules and conducts of structures. Do you think these individuals in this society are going to be stable mentally? Where's the consistency in that?
But there is also a risk in living what the Greek philosopher Socrates called an unexamined life.
Mm,
If we just accept a ready made answer to the question of how we should live, we might live our whole lives under a moral system which, if we'd thought about it, we would have rejected in part or in full.
mm. And this is why I want to have this conversation, family, because I really want us to think about what we're accepting as individuals when we go out here in the society. And if we're not the ones who have these conversations to say if this is right or wrong, we're just going to be ending up accepting everything. And now, next thing you know, 10 years from now, there are going to be more than two genders. It's going to change the behaviors, attitudes, and what is important. People are going to start valuing clinics where they can get clones of babies. Hey, I'm just looking ahead and saying, family, is this right? Is this wrong? And for a society that says, hey, you know what, this is, we want to include everybody. You have us an all-inclusive society, right? Okay. What are your standards? What is the standard behavior in this all-inclusive society? Is everybody just able to do any and everything without no bearing of what is right and what is wrong? And as we were able to hear, as the man was able to discuss and say, and if you're in a world like that, where you just don't question anything, you just go along with the flow. I'm looking at the comment, go along with the flow. Where do you think you will end up? Yeah, hey, God West, I was looking at your comment. I was like going with the fro, man. You see me? You got the fro rocked out. You already know. God West says society does set it, yet there will always be a law on your heart telling you what is really right and what is wrong. Hey, facts. Woo! And I ain't gonna be the one to say it, man. I just want to point it out. They losing the moral code. Every 5 years, they changing up. And let's just be real. When you got brothers and sisters who can communicate on this, it's like you shed a light. And I just want to say that most people, I don't even want to think that they just don't know what's going on, that they don't care what's going on. They just don't know. So you got a lot of people who just wake up and, of course, they just go along with society because they just don't know what is right and what is wrong. And hey, they try to normalize touching the kids, man. For real. And as you guys can see, a lot of scandals been coming out as far as with these child actors. They say that they groom children to be able to condition them some sort of way because there is an agenda to change their morals, values, and ethics. Man, talking about calling them a different type of sexuality. Get out of here. Don't change my morals. You can't change my values. You can call out anything. You can call anything out where it's not inclusive. Sheesh. Some don't know and some don't care. Straight like that.
This is where ethics comes in. Ethics is a branch of philosophy that aims to answer the basic question, what should I do?
Ethics is a branch of philosophy which asks the question, what should I do? Y'all ready, family? Y'all ready? If a kid, if a child, if a boy child came up to you and asked you this question, I don't know if I want to be a girl or a boy. Oh, family, what should you do? If a child came up to you and asked you, I don't know if I should be a girl or a boy. And let's make it a little bit easier. This child was born as a male. And so as we're talking about ethics, we're talking about what should what should we do in these situations? What is our principles? What is our code of conduct? What is our standard? What do we value? And honestly, how should we behave if some little boy came up to you and asked you, should I be a boy or a girl? What would be your ethics for that? Hmm. Talking about we ready, we ready. Well, what were you born as? Great response. Man, and family, is this far-fetched of what I'm saying? And as we pretty much broke down what morals mean, what values are, do you see the changing behavior? Can you see how we're changing what is important or what is useful or meant to be useful? Sheesh. God changed it one by one, said, I tell him he's a boy, and that's the way God made him. But we live in a society that's, it's all inclusive. We live in a society that's changing ever so rapidly. We live in a society that try to condition individuals to say anything other than the truth. Soon they're going to call it good counseling to help him explore both Ooh! Oh! Man. Woe unto them. Somebody get the scripture. Somebody give me the scripture, man. Woe unto them. It's in Isaiah. Let's build. Hold on, let's give you a break right now. Let's meditate right quick. Bring through the scripture, man. Woe unto them. So when we have a society that obviously has no standards or boundaries of nature itself, do you think they're gonna behave in a naturalistic way? Do you think that the outcome of these changing morals, values, and ethics is gonna be prosperous for the society? I mean, not by my words. We was able to hear the other man's talk, and he was able to say, if you got values and morals changing up, it's hard to stay consistent in your behavior. You will pretty much become an erratic person. And what do we see? What is transpiring out there in this world today? Where people literally do not know what is right from wrong. People literally do not know what a boy is and what a girl is. People literally it gets to a point where speechless, because you would think that people see the same thing that you see, right? Well, I disagree. When you have different morals, when you have different behaviors, when you have a difference of what is important to you, you're not going to view life the same. You're not going to promote the same things. You get what I'm saying? So now we're in a stage where it's like, oh man, you can't really call that person what they truly are, because we have to transform our thinking. We have to condition ourselves to be acceptable. So if you accept something that's false, what does that make you? Woo! I need a mark the messenger woo. Talking about they know they just not trying to say it. And shout out to everybody, who picks up their burden, man, who walks bold in this world, who stand on Bible in this world. Shout out to the real ones, because let's just be honest. You ain't gonna see no influential pastor pretty much having this conversation with y'all. You ain't gonna see your favorite Christian Jesus rep teacher talking about this to y'all, because hey, they ain't trying to, it's inclusive. We need to make sure that we keep on changing with the times. Wait, what's the agenda here? What's the goal here? Can we write down what are our basic foundations of behaviors? What are our standard foundations of behaviors? Because as I look out right now, and as you possibly can see, social media has definitely changed the behavior of how men and women even react in my theasphere, where you have a bunch of content where men and women don't even get along. So when we talk about morals, when we talk about how people are behaving, we have a changing aspect out here in this world right now where men and women can't even be in the same place because they just socially conditioned. Sheesh. Thank you, Dennis Donaldson came through with the script. Isaiah 5, verse 20. Woe to those who call evil good and call good evil. Woo! God changes one by one. Said, man, they already doing that at my job. I don't call people he or she. It, man, to the point where they just like, hey, they, their, them, zir, zimbos. Okay, if that's the case, then call me king. You know, and where you have a whole world that's changing its ethics, morals, and values, and literally changing the constructs of how we communicate with one another. What is the foundation? What is the moral conduct, the standard? There is no standard if it keeps changing. there is there is no foundation if the foundation keeps moving. Common sense, right? Do you have morals if your morals constantly change? Do you have values if your values constantly change? Do you have ethics if you can literally do any and everything without questioning if this is right or wrong? Man. So, family, I know it gets to a point where it's like, Lee, what can we do? This is the masses of the world. They all believe like this. Okay. Who said that you got to believe like that? Is it illegal to have different beliefs? Because now we're getting to that point where it's like, is it illegal to say that the Most High said that that's wrong? Is that illegal? Are we trying to change behaviors of what is illegal and what isn't? I mean, we already did that. Soon as the virus came around, family, I noticed this. Morals, values, and ethics changed because as soon as that pandemic and everything got closed down, you know what business I seen that was being started up? The cannabis business. Oh, hold on now. Social conditioning agenda. Before 2020, check it out. If you got caught with that substance, oh no, it's bad. That's wrong. Oh no, that's you can't be doing. We're gonna take you to jail. It's illegal. These are our morals. These are our values. We don't behave in this way. This is an important part of our society. If you do this, we're gonna cancel you. We're gonna ban you. We're gonna lock you up. We're gonna call you a criminal. 2020 comes around. We're all inclusive now. We're accepting everybody and everything, huh? Hey, matter of fact, you know what? Hey guys, we're so inclusive now. We didn't change our morals up. We didn't change our values up. We care so much about you guys' health. I'm sorry for hanging you on trees, but now we want you guys to live so much that we are going to give you free medicine. And along with your free medicine, we're going to give you a substance that we said that was immoral and wrong to take part in. You know why? I, I don't know why. Tell me. Oh, you can't tell me why? And I laugh, but to say it's not even a joke. So what's gonna transpire next? Oh no, no, no! You can't kill a baby, especially not before it's born. These are morals. These are values. A baby life isn't important. As I'm driving on the E-way, I look up, see a billboard. If you need assistance on aborting a baby, call this number. We can help you for free. What? 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 Huh? Is this right? Is this ethical? Hold on. Wait. I mean, it gotta be right and it gotta be ethical because they allowed it to be advertised, right? You know what? I'm just that's just too much to think about. I'm gonna just go along and get along, says your Christian pastor. Man, sheesh. Talking about now, I think in some states you can do it up to 3 days. Is there an agenda? Leave it up to you guys to answer that. Let's look at that poll and see where we at. Does society decide morals, ethics, and values? We still at break even. We still 50-50, family. So for the people who believe that society pretty much administers these morals, values, and ethics, I just broke down 40 years of how behavior and what is important to us has changed within the constructs of governmental law, uh, the constructs of society. So if society decides your morals, values, and ethics, what is your foundation if it keeps changing? So as soon as society says, you know what? Hey, um, it's okay. It's okay to go out there and steal. We got to fend for ourselves. Since society says that, does society create your morals, values, and ethics? Come on now. The agenda. Sheesh. Woo. God West said in the 50s, if you had a baby conceived and you were getting married, it wasn't. Ooh, I'm gonna need you to finish that, man. But I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna need you to finish that. Talking about it starts as the purge. Come on now. Said there was predictive programming, the forever purge. Yep. Stealing is going to be legal. Talking about in the constructs of society, stealing will be in a sense of moral, with the way that this society keeps changing. Oh, in the 50s, if you had a baby conceived and you were getting married, not an hey, woo, changing behaviors, changing morals, changing what is important. When people met one another, guess what was important? Building a family. Guess what's important now? I can't even tell you what's important. I honestly, I mean, even if you talk to people like, hey, what's important to you? It's like, I, to each their own. That's why I love to be able to have my own platform where I can speak my opinion. You know, everybody has their own opinion. Okay, if you have your own opinion, go to your platform, speak that. I will speak my opinion. Today, people value getting money. And you see how that has changed behaviors of people. You see how that has changed the morals of people. Where it's as easy as turning your camera on and you know possibly showing them a little bit of what you do in your privacy. And once again, now we go back to this whole idea of ethics. Is that right? Hold on, it got to be right if it's legal, right? If it, hold on, this got to be right if everybody got an OnlyFans and it's legal, it's acceptable. If society says this is okay, it's got to be the behavior that is acceptable. Hmm. Talking about that's what the youngsters say. God West, what you over there, man? What's your age, man? You over here talking like you got some wisdom on you. God West said, now even a woman want to get the money, not the babies. Sheesh. So we have a whole society that has changed up its morals. Now it has women behaving in a way where they don't even want a family. They value money over valuing their family. Come on now. Hey, God West said, I saw a girl who was a streetwalker, then put her sister on too. Man, she became one. What are we accepting out here? And if no one is speaking up against it, our silence becomes that acceptance. So you guys are asking me like, hey man, Lee, what can I do? I mean, everybody says that this is acceptable and it's right. To say that they haven't had anybody disagree with them to be able to tell them and show them, hey, this is wrong. And as a child, you're gonna think as a child. So you're not gonna know everything what is right and what is wrong. And that's how I see some people out here operating today, man. They're in the mindset of a child. They don't truly know what is right and what is wrong. They don't have morals. They don't have values. They don't have a principled standard of behavior because they never seen it before. Because they follow after society, and society changes its morals, values, and ethics every 5 years or so. We just broke that down and saying how bad and illegal marijuana was. I don't know if you guys can recall, but I definitely do when we had those programs, Dare coming into our schools saying, hey, this is bad to do. This is wrong. And not 10 years later, you got commercials. You got Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa over here saying, hey, this is acceptable. This is right. We made it legal now. We're starting businesses. You can come and work for us. So when you have a society like that, and when you follow after the morals, values, and the different behaviors that's constantly changing, how is that peaceful? How do you have any consistency and structure in your life? And as a person, when someone talks to you, who are you? Man, when all your role models want to wear a dress, it makes the children want to too. Hmm. And we might have to do a part four of this, man, because I'm just getting a lot of downloads right now. And I feel like we should definitely be hitting on the concept of what society pretty much advertised to us. So, social conditioning agenda part four, advertising and acceptance. How many people play these advertisements of these changing behaviors, changing values and ethics and accept it? They don't speak up against it. They don't say, hey, this is wrong or this is right. They just go with it. So, family, I thank y'all again, man, for tuning in with me. We almost shoot, at an hour and a half almost, man. But hey, I feel like this conversation was definitely much needed, man. Have these conscious conversations from time to time just to be able to get a scope in the realm of the world that we living in. Hey, stand firm on your beliefs. We got too many people changing up, and let's just be real. It's gonna hurt the kiddos. It's gonna hurt the next generation if we're not able to identify and have some solid foundation of what is wrong and what is right. We're not able to identify what the standard of behavior is, what is truly important in this life. You're gonna have a disarray if this keeps changing and there's no boundaries being set. So, family, I thank y'all. I love y'all. Man, when I get on these lives, best believe is all praise, all honor, all glory to the Most High. He definitely works through me to give me the words to say. Because once again, man, when it gets to these topics, I want to be able to communicate as eloquently as possible, but at the same time, I want to be able to share the real, man. So it's a very touchy subject matter, and I feel like we was able to discuss it in a very mature way. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like the video and share the video if you felt like this video was very edifying and you learned something from it, man. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by visiting the website, www.desirefaith.com. Man, check out the fashion, check out the faith, check out the vibes, check out the artwork. Or also, you can just donate to the Cash App, man. That's one easy way that you can support the channel over here. Make sure that we keep everything up and running. So, man, it's all gratitude, man. Much love. For real. Hey, King Son of Yah, King Martin Son of Yah, appreciate you tuning in, man. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Hope everyone has a blessed rest of your day. Keep striving. Keep standing bold. Man, living your purpose. Have fun while doing it. Until next time, family. Peace. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they got it bumping.
Walk by the lie when the truth is free. Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting heart desires, faith that anything is possible, probable. With God, I'm unstoppable. Can't deny denial. Life flowing through. Living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics. Pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic. Design, planned in fashion.